Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do Kuta Software Algebra 1, Absolute Value Equations. Your first job is to isolate your absolute term. In number 1, the absolute term is already isolated. So you begin by writing two separate equations. The first one is just 6m equals 42, or 6m could have been negative 42. So you solve for m by dividing by 6. So m is either 7 or negative 7. In number 3, again, your absolute term is isolated. So k minus 10, it's either 3 or k minus 10 is negative 3. So when it's 3, when you take it absolute, it's 3. But absolute of negative 3 is still 3. Solving for k, you add 10. So k is 13. Or go ahead and add 10 to both sides. So k is 7. Number 5, we do the same. It's already isolated, so we split the equation into 7 plus p equals 7, or 7 plus p equals negative 7. Solving for p, you subtract 7. Cancel. P equals 0, or p equals negative 14. In number 7, we need to isolate the absolute. So get rid of the 7 by division. Now absolute n has been isolated. And 56 over 7 is 8. Now that is isolated, we split it into two equations. So n is either 8 or negative 8. Likewise, in number 9, you want to isolate the absolute by getting rid of negative 3, which is being multiplied to absolute p. Opposite of multiply is to divide. So the negative 3's cancel. You have isolated your absolute p. Negative 12 over negative 3 is positive 4. So now that it's isolated, we split. P is either 4 or negative 4. In number 11, once again, we have to isolate the absolute. You begin by subtracting the 1 to get rid of it. So this is now gone. Absolute of n is 2 minus 1 is 1. It is now isolated. You split. N could be 1 or negative 1. In number 13, we want to isolate the absolute by getting rid of the 8. The 8 is currently being divided. So opposite of divide is to multiply. So you multiply both sides by 8. So now the 8's are canceled, and you have isolated absolute of a minus 5 equals 40, because we multiplied 5 and 8. So now that it's isolated, we can split it into two equations. A minus 5 is either 40, or a minus 5 is negative 40. Solving for a, you add 5. Cancel. So a equals 45, or a equals negative 35. Once again, in number 15, you want to isolate the absolute. You do that by opposite operation. So let's subtract the 3. So absolute of 7m is 70 minus 3 is 70. So we are ready to split. 7m is 70, or 7m is negative 70. Solve for m by dividing. So m equals, whoops, you got to divide 10 or negative 10. Lastly, let's isolate our absolute by getting rid of 8. 8 is being divided, so opposite of that is to multiply by 8. You always balance it by doing it both sides. The 8s are now canceled, so absolute of negative 9 plus v equals 24. That's a little bit messy, so let's erase that and make it better. So that it's isolated now, we'd work over here. So negative 9 plus v is either 24 or negative 9 plus v is negative 24. Solving for v, you add 9. Cancel. So v is 33 or v is negative 15. Thank you for watching my video. Please feel free to leave a comment if you would like to watch a video on another math topic.